What you're about to hear and see is a commentary that's been in the making all week. But had we been able to present it earlier, it would have been too hot because my emotions, my energy, my amplification might have been a little bit too raw. But thanks to Brother Omari, he decided and suggested that we do it now in a more calmer fashion. Because we are not trying to be like Kanye. We don't need the controversy. We ain't trying to make no point other than our children, particularly some of those you'll see in a minute. Not close up. You know, they need better. Now at 62nd and Damon, there has not been a crossing guard at the time that it really got on my nerve for 3 days, and I had reported it every day for 3 days. No crossing guard. Now sure, a crossing guard, just like anybody else, can have business or whatever, and don't be there. But it would seem that somebody, particularly when somebody reporting it, not only me reporting it, would have somehow or another got a crossing guard. As you can see on the screen, you see kids walking, getting ready to walk into traffic, busy traffic. Watch these children. Watch them. Walking out there with that traffic like that without a crossing guard. Today is Friday. For 5 days straight, there has not been a crossing guard right here. Look at those children, y'all. Look at them. Is that fair? I don't think so. But those that it's been reported to, I don't know. I can't speak on that. All I can do is show you this. No, we are not showing you children. We are not videoing children. We are not taking children pictures. What we are doing is presenting something to you that you don't want to see. You come to work. How can people come to school, staff, and don't know it ain't a crossing guard for 5 days at a grammar school where 9-year-olds are walking 4 and 5-year-olds to school? You understand? Where babies are walking babies to school trying to cross and negotiate with this traffic at 62nd and Damon. We talked about it, at least I presented it on the radio show Wednesday night. Thursday there was a police officer there yesterday in the morning and at dismissal. Thanks to the Chicago Police Department, they heard something. Might have not been the show, but somehow or another the sergeant asked the officer to come, because from what I understood the officers say is that the sergeant said there was still no crossing guard. Today, Friday. No police, no crossing guard. Police probably didn't think they was needed today because I and someone else was out there making it happen without crossing them, but being sure they were safe. Now, I want you to just think, and I want you to pay attention. Watch this little boy here. Watch him. See him at the behind all of them? Watch him stumble. You see that? You see that little baby? That baby ain't no more than 4 or 5 years old. You see all them cars? You see? And then you say, why'd you amplify? And then you can say, why you put this on? Why? Because you can't hear. And maybe if you can't hear, you can see. Then maybe if you don't see, maybe somebody in the world will see. And maybe if somebody in the world see it, maybe somebody will do something to be sure that our little babies, 4 and 5 years old, being walked to school by 7 and 9-year-olds, don't get run over by a car. Particularly 62nd and Damon. That don't happen in Hispanic neighborhoods. It don't happen in white folks' neighborhoods. Only in the Negro neighborhood would you allow a crossing guard to be not replaced. To have a spot like that not serviced. And you can how can you tell me? How can you tell me you care about the Negro colony? You know, it's hard to look, and that's why I stay out there, man. I'm out there in that cold and snow and rain, not because of no money, no. I'm out there because I remember in 1987 when we started the parent patrols, when we got the Safe School Zone law. And now here we are all these years later. And I'm looking, and I see what we done lost. We done lost grip. And I'm looking at children that are not safe. No parent patrol, no crossing guard. For this, there's always a crossing guard there. But this week, for whatever reason, the person is not there. This ain't on her. This is on what do you do when the crossing guard ain't there? That's my point. Do you let children like these walk into the traffic for 5 days straight? Do you not understand the trauma of a child? Think about a grown person standing trying to get across the street with them cars running like that. Think how you feel. Now, how do you think a 5 or 4 or 7 or 9 or 10-year-old kid feel? They can't feel too good. So, Amari, thank you for taking time for us to redo it. Because the piece that I did earlier, that piece might have been a little bit hot.